Hi, boys and girls. This is Mrs. Pearson, your elementary ELL teacher. Today, we're going to do an informative oral retell for second grade journeys lesson 8. That means you're going to retell information you learned, important details about superstorms using your words and speech. So our anchor text is superstorms. We're going to turn and talk. That means I'm going to ask you a question. You're going to think about your answer. You're going to pair up with a partner at home, or you can be my virtual partner. And then you're going to share out your answer out loud in a complete sentence or sentences. And I'm going to give you sentence frames or sentence stems to help you. Fiction. Fiction is literature versus nonfiction. Nonfiction is informational. It gives you information. Fiction is made up, whereas informational has true facts. Fiction you need to read in order or sequence. Nonfiction you can read in any order. Fiction entertains readers, whereas nonfiction teaches readers. Fiction has illustration, and characters and settings and problems and solutions. But nonfiction has photographs. Sometimes there are drawings. Also, fiction tells a story. Animals can talk. And there's a beginning, middle, and ending. Whereas nonfiction has text features like a table of contents, photographs, a heading, charts, diagrams, labels, captions, index, and glossary. So we know that superstorms is nonfiction. Nonfiction books teach us information and facts. Nonfiction is real. It has text features like photographs. Real topics might be holidays, animals, and sports. So let's review our vocabulary because I'm going to ask you questions about different parts of the text, and you might use some of these important vocabulary words in your answers when you speak. So number 1, beware. Beware means be careful, be aware of what is around you. Number 2, damage. Harm or destroy, damage. Number 3, bend. To cause something to curve, bend. Number 4, flash. A quick burst of light, a sudden light, flash. Number 5, pounding, crashing or hitting. Number 6, prevent, stop from happening, prevent. Number 7, reach, to get as far as, to get up to or stretch, reach. And finally, 8, equal, the same as, equal. All right, repeat after me. I can tell the main topic and key details of the text, superstorms, using pictures and words. Our other learning target. I can listen and take turns when I'm having a conversation about the text. Success criteria. That means how will you know you are successful at reaching these learning targets? How will you know you're successful at telling the main topic and key details of superstorms, or listening and taking turns in a conversation? Here are our steps to success. I will, number 1, answer the talk about it questions. Number 2, circle and say the author's purpose of the passage. 3, say and match what the text is mostly about. 4, say and match what the author wants us to learn. And finally, 5, say and match 1 to 2 detail sentences to each retelling picture. Turn and talk rules. If you have someone at home, you're eye to eye and knee to knee. You make sure you look at the person you're talking to. Number two, first one person talks, the other person listens. Then the next person talks and the other person listens. Do not talk too long on your turn, or your partner will not have time to have a turn. You may agree with me, Mrs. Pearson, or your partner, and you can say, I agree with you because, and say why. Or you might disagree, and you can say, I disagree with you because, and tell us why. Here's our first important detail from the text. You see some vocabulary words: damage, pounding. Look closely at the picture. What's going on there? There's also another word, air. So what is weather? What is weather? The text tells us what weather is. So try to remember, what is weather? What happens when weather changes very suddenly? So first tell us, what is weather? So you're going to say weather is, well, if you remember from the text, it says weather is the air around you and how it changes all the time. So what happens when the weather changes very suddenly? When it changes very suddenly. So you're going to say, when it changes suddenly, well, when it changes suddenly, we have severe storms. We have storms. What kind of weather is shown in the picture? Do you remember what they called this type of weather? A blank is in the picture. I know this because, and tell me what is going on in the picture. Well, a tornado is in the picture. I know this because I see air going around in a funnel shape and it's causing damage to things on the ground. It's pounding. All right, number two, look closely at what is going on in the picture. What type of weather is this? Think about that. So your first question is, why is lightning dangerous? Why is lightning dangerous? Lightning is dangerous because, so say that out loud and finish your thought. Lightning is dangerous because, well, lightning is dangerous because it can cause fires when it strikes a tree or the ground, and it could actually strike a person. So flash and prevent. The flash of lightning can cause fires. So how can you tell how far away lightning is? Do you remember what the text says? How can you tell how far away lightning is? And how can this information help you? So you can tell how far away lightning is by, well, you can tell how far lightning is if you hear a flash, or you see a flash, I should say. You see a flash, and then you count the number of seconds between the flash and the thunder. For every 5 seconds between the flash and the thunder is 1 mile. So if you see a flash, you start counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if you get up to 5, that means, and then hear the thunder, that means it is 1 mile away. So, how can this help you? How can this information help you? This can help you because, well, this can help you because if you know that the thunder is or the lightning is getting closer, you need to move away from it. You need to get to a safe spot and definitely not be outside. So what is the difference between lightning and thunder? What is the difference between lightning and thunder? So you can say lightning is, but thunder is. Well, lightning is the flash of light that you see in the night sky, but thunder is the sound that lightning makes when it heats up the air. The lightning flash heats up the air, and it makes a sound, and that's the thunder. Oh, right. Number 3, you see the vocabulary word pounding, bend, damage. Describe what is happening in the picture. So tell me what you notice or see. So you can say, I see or I notice that the wind and the waves. So I notice the wind is, I notice the waves are. Well, I notice that the wind is bending the trees. It's very severe. And I notice that the waves are pounding on the ocean, on the beach, I should say, and causing damage to the beach. And so there's a lot going on there. How do hurricanes, so this is a picture of a hurricane, how do hurricanes affect people? So how do hurricanes affect people? So say hurricanes cause, or you could say hurricanes affect people by causing. Well, hurricanes cause damage and they may flood houses and they cause people to evacuate or leave suddenly from their homes. It causes a lot of damage with the wind and with the rain and with flooding and with the waves. All right, look closely at this picture. Again, pounding, damage, and reach are some of our vocabulary words. Number 1, how can this tornado change the land? So there's a tornado in this picture, the severe storm of a tornado. How can this tornado change the land? The tornado can change the land by. Well, again, the tornado can cause damage. It will pick up cars. It will damage crops. It can damage houses, and the dust gets picked up. Anything on land will be affected by the tornado because the tornado has such strong winds. They pound down on the ground. Why is it important to pay attention to weather reports? So it's important to pay attention to weather reports, but why? So say it is important because. Well, it's important to pay attention to weather reports because they will tell you when things become dangerous and when you need to find shelter or even leave your home for safety. So, what is the best way to keep safe during a tornado? The best way to stay safe during a tornado is. Well, the best way to stay safe during a tornado is to find shelter. and get underground, like in a basement or in a bathtub, someplace safe that your parents have told you to go. All right, why did the author write the text superstorms? Well, it's as easy as pie. The author wrote the text to either persuade, P, pie is P-I-E, so P stands for persuade. And what does persuade mean? To convince the reader of a certain point of view. Did the author write superstorms to persuade you that superstorms are the coolest topic to read about and you should only listen to him? Or did the author write the text to inform? And inform means to teach or give information to the reader. So did the author write the text to give us information about the different types of superstorms or severe weather? Or did the author write the text to entertain, to hold the attention of the reader through enjoyment, meaning telling us a funny story about a superstorm? And main idea. The main idea is what a text is mostly about. What is the main idea of superstorms? Well, you can look at the title and picture, superstorms. Sometimes the main idea is in the first and last sentence of a paragraph or of the book. And look for clue words repeated over and over. So we're going to retell superstorms, the main idea, and the important details that support that main idea. So remember, we talked about author's purpose, and it's as easy as P or I or E, pie. The author wrote the text to either persuade the reader, to convince them of a certain point of view, or the author wrote superstorms to inform the reader, give us more information about different types of superstorms, or entertain the reader about a funny story about a storm. So why did the author write superstorms? Was it to persuade, inform, or entertain? So say it in a complete sentence. The author wrote the text to inform. Give us information. The author wrote the text to inform the reader. It is mostly about different types of, what is it mostly about? It is mostly about different types of dangerous weather. Or if you look at the title, superstorms. Here are 4 details or facts that support the main idea of the passage. So what did we learn about different types of dangerous weather? So look at the first picture. First, what type of dangerous weather is in this picture, and what is weather? Weather is, well, sudden violent changes in weather cause storms that can also cause damage. So weather is the air around us, and sudden violent changes in weather cause storms like the storm in this picture, the tornado. And these types of storms cause damage. And notice I underlined our vocabulary word, damage, excuse me, damage. All right. Second, look at that picture. What is lightning and what causes thunder? So second, lightning is, well, lightning flashes, heat the air, and cause thunder. Lightning can also cause fires. Remember that? The flashes in the air heat it and cause thunder. Third, what do we know about hurricanes? Third, hurricanes, or the winds, well, hurricane winds bend trees and cause pounding waves that reach the land. And there's the word bend, pounding, and reach. Fourth, what should we do to stay safe during a storm? Fourth, it is important to listen to weather reports. This helps prevent getting caught in a storm. And there's our vocabulary word, prevent. So in conclusion, the author wants us to learn about, what was our main idea? Severe storms. The author wants us to learn about severe storms or different types of dangerous weather. All right, boys and girls, it's time to reflect on our learning target. I can tell the main topic and key details of the text, severe storms, using pictures and words. How do you think you did today? Would you give yourself a 4? I could teach this lesson. I easily answered the questions and retold the main idea and 4 important details about the text, including what the author wants us to learn. Or would you give yourself a 3? I was able to answer most of the questions and retold the main idea and 3 details about the text out loud. Or would you give yourself a 2? I was able to answer some of the questions and retold the main idea and 2 details out loud. Or 1, I was not able to answer the questions and did not retell the main idea or details out loud. How do you think you did? 4, 3, 2, or 1? Well, boys and girls, thank you for retelling the main topic and key details of superstorms. Thank you and have a great day. Bye-bye.